Okay, this is going to be a quick one. About 2 years ago, I made a video that both covered the history of the arcade light gun game genre and how the seminal Sega release House of the Dead fit into it, as well as reviewing House of the Dead Remake that was made by Forever Entertainment and their subsidiary developer, Megapixel. The main takeaway from that video was, oh my good golly gosh, I cannot believe how badly they fundamentally misunderstood this game. That video ended with a teaser that we will be doing this all again because Forever Entertainment had already announced they would be remaking House of the Dead 2. I am here to tell you that we will not be doing it all again. To kind of back it up for a bit, when Forever Entertainment did House of the Dead 1's remake, they were still a bit on the up and coming. They had existed for years as a publishing outfit putting out oodles of indie games, but what really got them attention was when their subsidiary development studio Megapixel was tasked with remaking the iconic Saturn rail shooter Panzer Dragoon. The attention this got them was not universally positive. Between that and the House of the Dead 1 remake, it was looking like they were not exactly a quality outfit. But it was still early on, and I think some could be nice and say that the die on them wasn't yet cast. Since that point, they have released, through various subsidiary developers, remakes of Front Mission 1, Front Mission 2, Night Slashers, and fucking somehow, Donkey Kong Country Returns. Each of these have been met with scrutiny, and at this point, Forever Entertainment's sloppy renditions of cult classic games have given them the reputation as a schlock factory. It has become more and more obvious to the consumer that Forever Entertainment remakes are hastily made, have poor quality control, and whatever they get right can be outdone by whatever they get wrong. This is a company that is in desperate need of a win because it has become more and more known to avoid their remakes, lest you pay money for a subpar product. Which makes this House of the Dead 2 remake demo one of the most fucking baffling things I've ever seen. It's been known for years now that Forever Entertainment was tackling House of the Dead 2, and you could be charitable and think that it would go better than House of the Dead 1 remake. The original source code for House of the Dead 1 is lost, so it makes sense for there to be this ground-up remake, but that's not the case with House of the Dead 2. It's seen a variety of ports, maybe none of them recently, but it's at least believed that the original code is preserved and Forever Entertainment could draw from it. Fucking nope! Really, just go back and watch my first video on House of the Dead 1 to understand how poorly Forever Entertainment whiffed on this game at a structural level. But per the demo, here are the things they didn't fix. Enemy behavior is not accurate to the original. After you shoot the last zombie in an encounter, the camera will still follow after it. Epitons that pop up to be dispatched in one shot will still take more than one shot. Fucked up little guy encounters like Randy still do not work properly. And the reload prompt still plays when you empty your clip instead of when you fire with an empty clip. This did not happen to me, but Punchy had an even more aggressive version of the headless zombie issue where he blew a Johnny's entire torso off and it still wouldn't die. It is by and large the exact work they did for House of the Dead 1 remake, but with the House of the Dead 2 scenarios. I will give them credit and say that the camera snapping is much better and they were able to remake the original soundtrack. Both of those things are happy and needed upgrades, but they do not do enough because there are now new things they beefed. The ragdolling has gone completely overboard. Sometimes you'll pop a zombie's head and they will trampoline an extra couple feet in the air. Some basic encounters are sloppily done. The second encounter in the stage has a 1, 2, 3 of missed details. After you see the dead body, the foot of a David pops into frame to scare you. This doesn't happen in Remake. After that, you see a lying Steve that you can't shoot yet. You can immediately kill him in Remake. When you talk to G, the camera frames it so the zombies crash through the door to interrupt you. This doesn't happen in Remake. And probably the worst thing that they got wrong, the judgment fight has been improperly implemented. The way this fight works is simple. Carl slowly approaches and will take a big step back if you shoot Zeal. Nailing Zeal in quick succession buys you more space, but if you can't hunt him down, you at least get a last-second opportunity before Carl attacks. In the remake, Carl will barely back up after Zeal gets shot, and Zeal will barely show himself when Carl goes to attack. Even if you are constantly nailing Zeal with the earliest opportunity, you cannot buy more space from Carl. Like, how did you get this wrong? This may sound pedantic at times, but this is a solid 5 minutes of video game with no random variables. The details are the game because it's such a quick but creatively dense arcade release. This is the shit that made these Sega Light Gun games top of the class. They have so much effort behind all the smallest aspects. How can you miss this many things in a slice of game this tiny? And to that point, why would you release this demo? This is not building excitement or helping alleviate Forever Entertainment's reputation as slop merchants. It's just telling people, buyer beware, we made another low quality and inaccurate remake. I am legitimately stunned that they would tip their hand to the consumer and give them a free chance to learn that, yes, they are making Remake 2 just as poorly as Remake 1. So I won't be doing a video on House of the Dead 2 Remake because these games should not be supported. I did not want to purchase House of the Dead 2 Remake to remake a new one, both to not support these really bad games and because my complaints would just be a retread of all the mistakes they made in Remake 1, plus whatever new bespoke mistakes they made this time around. Let me say it as plainly as possible. Do not buy this. Also, this game is so ugly, like, oh my god, how are you being so viciously outclassed by a game made 25 years ago? Anyone watching should hop on Flycast and play through the original because it's maybe the peak of the light gun genre. Do not waste your time and money on this remake. And don't take it from me. Take it from the company that put this demo out to give you that crucial heads up.